What's up, guys? Empty Dude 111 here. It's currently like 1 o'clock in the morning. It's Christmas Day. I'm still awake because, I'm a night owl and I don't like being up in the daytime. I was going to go to sleep, but then I was reading Facebook and I came across a post from a friend of mine talking about, it was a repost actually, about a guy who was a flat earther, I guess. Flat earth conspiracy theorist, whatever the hell you want to call them. I mean, listen, I don't really call myself a conspiracy theorist in the slightest. Like, I don't really trust... Okay, I don't trust everything the government tells me. I don't trust everything I'm told by anybody, really. I question everything before I, accept this fact. But the thing with this flat earth conspiracy is, I think it goes a little too far on the side of crazy. Because the first thing that pops into my head is, because I'm reading some of the comments and I'm saying it's a lot of people are just using these big words, trying to sound intellectual, and they keep repeating the idea that we've been brainwashed by the system to believe that the earth is spherical. And my thing is, what is the big fucking secret if the earth is round or flat or a fucking pear shape? Who gives a fuck, honestly? I really don't. I live here. That's it. I don't really care. I mean, to be honest, I guess it matters, like, for research purposes and whatnot, but it's like, the stuff the scientists have been coming out with now, right now, isn't really inaccurate. I mean, from their research, we've been told that there's global warming going on, glaciers are melting, polar bear habitat is disappearing. All that shit has come true. Not one bit of their research has concluded that the earth is flat. That's where I'm saying, like, not everything is created to be a lie. Not everything, okay, maybe not everything is a full truth. They might leave some certain things out of the studies, but I don't think they'd be able to keep as big a secret that big that the earth is flat. You know what I'm saying? If the earth was really flat, it'd be common knowledge by now. Everybody would know that. I mean, if anything, if you really want to look back, the myth was debunked over 600 years ago. And it's like, why is it that now all of a sudden, and it's not even all of a sudden, I read into it and they said the flat earth societies have been popping up since the 20th century, like the 1900s, early 1900s. After the second religious revolution or whatever it was called. I think it was called the Second Great Awakening. That was what it was called. Thinking back to my high school history class. Anyway. So, the other thing about this flat earth conspiracy is the guy was demonstrating how come when it rains, the water, when it lands on the earth, it doesn't pool up, because he used a lemon and a plate. When he poured the water over the lemon, the water hit the floor and it didn't pool up on top of the lemon. Okay, that makes sense when you look at physics, because obviously the object is not completely flat, the water is not going to pool up. However, on Earth, it's different. You're inside the sphere. The Earth may be spherical, yes, but you're standing on flat ground within it. And the water is not coming from on top of the Earth, it forms within it, in the clouds. That's called the water cycle. I forget what all the steps. I don't really remember off the top of my head what all the steps are, and I'm not really going to pull out Google right now to figure that one out. I can make a second part to this if I wanted. This is just me ranting about it and trying to, like, get some questions answered, because I really don't understand it, and I really want to find out. It's like, I'm not really closed-minded to it. I say it sounds crazy, but I want to hear what their points are, just to get an idea, because I really don't know that much about it. So, I'm all ears. But back to what I was saying. When the guy showed the plate and the water pooled up on it, it found its level, Yeah, that's what happens on Earth every day, and it's not because the Earth is flat, it's because there's flat surfaces within it. You're inside a giant ball, basically. You're not on a surface, you're within a ball, basically, with elements in it. And there's a whole world within it. And it's like they try to say, oh, well, all those pictures that you've seen as a child were all photoshopped. Really? As far as I remember, we have a space station with cameras to show us that, to take the pictures. Now, not for nothing, I don't really believe the moon landing actually happened, because there's a lot of evidence that points towards it being faked. And I mean, that makes more sense than flat Earth being true. Honestly, the moon landing being faked actually sounds more realistic than the Earth being flat, because it makes a lot. Because if you think about the history and the context and the time it happened, it makes sense why the U.S. government would have faked it. We were in a space race with Soviet Russia. Of course, we were going to want to come out on top, so we just faked it. It makes sense. But to claim that the Earth is spherical and it's not, what would be the point of that? That's what I'd like to know. That's the other thing I want to find out. Why is it that, if it really is true, and there really is a fact that's being kept hidden from us as a public, why is it such a big deal that they haven't told us it, but you seem to know everything about it? Why is that? That's what I'd like to know. What else? That's really about it, honestly. I only have really two big questions. Oh, and another thing. If somebody could find the edge of the Earth for me, I want you to call me, contact me. Get me on a plane and get me there. Or a boat, or whatever it is I have to get on to find the edge of the Earth, and show it to me, so I can look over the edge like a fucking cliff. I guarantee not one person's going to be able to do that. Guarantee it. I will fucking bet you. I'll bet $20. Because I'm broke. That's all I got. But, that's all I got to wager with at the moment. But, all I'm saying is, I don't really see any proof that it's true, or it could be true, that it doesn't make enough sense for it to be true. Like I said, moon landing being faked, that makes sense. That's a convincing theory. This, not really. And if you look at the evidence they provide, there's absolutely none. There's none. All the evidence they provide is based off of their thoughts and their beliefs and their bias on Facebook. That's as far as I've seen. If anybody can come up with a better claim than these people can, and to make this sound more believable, bring it to my attention. And you know what I'm saying? I'll listen. I'll keep an open mind, but based off of what I've seen about this theory, I'm not very convinced. And that's really it. Anyway, I'm gonna sign off this shit and go to bed. Just thought I'd broadcast my thoughts a little bit. I know this ain't gonna make it to the trending page because Google suppresses people like us, that actually try to create some content that people are going to want to watch. So, I don't know, maybe my next video I'll start making some slime, or do a toy review or something on a Kinder Egg. Try to get on the trending page, so people can see this stuff. Leave their thoughts. Tell me what they think. Anyway, if you're watching this on Christmas, Merry Christmas. If you're watching it after, have a good day.